Who created communitarianism? Finding the origins of communitarianism is quite tricky. The term was first used in England by John Goodwin Barnby in 1841 with the creation of the Universal Communitarian Association. John Goodwin Barnby was deeply connected to Frederick Ingalls and introduced the concept of communism to him. Together they founded the London Communist Propaganda Society also in 1841. Frederick Ingalls and Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto in 1848 based on Engels' principles of communism, a socioeconomic philosophy for social control. Engels and Marx used the dialectic technique of a contemporary German philosopher, Frederick Hegel, to support communist theory. Barnby is often associated with the growth of socialist and utopian projects. Barnby transformed the association into the Communitarian Church in 1848, and it is still active today as a religion. Prior to Barnby, Marx, Hegel, and Engels, very little is known about communitarianism, but it seems elements are present in the Old and New Testaments, Islamic texts, Confucianism, Roman Catholicism, and social democracy, especially Fabianism. In Judaism Discovered, Michael Hoffman mentions it in regards to a Moses Hess quote that the Judaic people were uniquely suited for a leading role due to their communitarian tradition for solidarity and their divine spirit upon which the future messianic communist worldly kingdom would be founded. Communitarianism, also known as synarchy principles of joint rule of government by two or more individuals or parties, goes back to Plato's Atlantis and appears to be based on the Kabbalah, the secret doctrines taught to Jews while in captivity in Babylon. According to the Talmud, the world was created for the sake of man, and it's his responsibility to keep it in order. The Talmud gives us the first oral to written laws of balancing man's care for self and family versus his social responsibilities by learning to work and trade so that he does not become a burden to society. The Ottoman Empire between the 14th and 20th century governed the multi-ethnic communities, with a Malay which established separate groups to counsel and resolve conflicts among their individual communities. A Malay was a court of law which allows the different groups to abide by their individual laws: Muslim, Sharia, Christian canon law, or Jewish halakha. In 1933, Peter Morin and Dorothy Day founded the Catholic Workers' Movement as a communitarian arrangement in opposition to the growing culture of fragmentation. Morin's vision included hospitality houses, cooperative farming, and community discussions on social and religious matters. The Frankfurt School of Social Theory and Critical Philosophy, founded in 1929, was comprised of intellectuals, academics, and political dissidents. The school focused on political, social, and economic conditions and aimed to create alternative paths between capitalism and communism. As a member of this association, Erich Fromm states in his 1955 book, The Sane Society, that transformation of an atomistic society into a communitarian society depends on creating again the opportunity for people to sing together, walk together, dance together, admire together. Another thread of historical connections is Martin Buber. Buber was born in 1878 in Vienna to an Orthodox Jewish family and was a relative of Karl Marx. Martin Buber joined the Zionist movement in 1898, eventually moved to Jerusalem, and taught at the Hebrew University. Martin Luther King Jr. even quoted Buber in his letter from Birmingham jail in 1963. In 1971, John Rawls' landmark book, A Theory of Justice, was a major boost to communitarians into the Anglo-American academia due to critique of his book. The major players of opposition to Rawls' book include the communitarians Alasdair MacIntyre, Michael Sandel, Charles Taylor, and Michael Walzer. Currently, the biggest proponent of the communitarian agenda is Amitai Etzioni, who clearly states that Martin Buber is a major influence to his work from his time at Hebrew University. As communitarian history has many facets of historical reference, it seems to be as old as the Bible itself. Regardless of its origin, it is apparent Amitai Etzioni's work is a lead thread of the communitarian movement internationally. If the main components of communitarianism are philosophy, religion, political ideology, and law, where do you see communitarianism unfolding in your life?